How you doing, guys? Don't you just love people that'll be pissed off at somebody and then get pissed off at you because you're not siding with them? Well, why would you? You're not involved. One of the most childish antics I've ever seen was giving somebody the silent treatment. And the reason people give people the silent treatment is that they really don't have any reason to be angry at them, except for personal reasons that nobody else would understand. Face it, two people get into an argument. Well, they decide, I'm not going to talk to that person. The thing with the silent treatment, it has limited effects. See, the person might be bothered at first, but they go and try to talk to the person, but they're not talking. Well, they may try a couple of times, but realize that's futile, it's not working. Well, eventually the person realizes that the person they're giving the silent treatment to has moved on. They see the person having a good time, smiling, and they do take notice when they stop trying to get in touch with them. And yet every time they come near them, they give them the silent treatment again. Well, what happens then? They try to get other people involved. They try to get other people angry at the person that you're giving the silent treatment to, even though they have no personal involvement. Some may follow it, some may not. But again, it has limited effects. The outside world, it's called the silent treatment. But we all know what it's called within the Kingdom Hall. It's called shunning. Even though JWs claim that they don't shun, they actually do, and they know it. I decided to test a theory shortly after I was disfellowshipped. I saw a JW in the checkout line of the local grocery store. It was somebody I really didn't talk to a whole lot. But I says, let's see. I started chit-chatting with them. Well, they turned around and they smiled and nodded, and I kept on talking. Finally, they turned around and says, you're not allowed to talk to us. And I says who? Well, that's policy, they responded. And I responded back and says, well, since I'm no longer a JW, that's not my policy, it's your policy. See, since I'm no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I am free to talk to whomever I want to. The burden of shunning is on you, not me. Well, they realized I was right, but didn't really have a comeback for it, so they grabbed their stuff and they got out of line and went into another line. Goodbye. We've all seen Jehovah's Witnesses when they're all grouped together out in service and they see somebody that left the organization. They get all puffed up, they get all proud, and they start trash-talking the person. Yeah, when the person goes by, they may all smile and nod, but as soon as the person goes by, what do? They trash-talk them to death. You get any one of those witnesses, one-on-one, and they cower. They don't know what to do. They run into a former witness, and their eyes, they get shocked. They don't know what to do. They get pale. They turn and run. Isn't that right, Jeff? They have no backbone when it's a one-on-one situation. They're told it's a loving arrangement, but they recognize that it is not. As a matter of fact, I contend to this day that if it was not for the shunning, that most Jehovah's Witnesses would leave the organization in a heartbeat. They don't like it. Nobody likes it. How could you possibly like it? But nonetheless, they continue to shun. If you're a former witness and you have former family and friends that you'd love to get in touch with, but they're shunning you, keep in mind, you have no control over other people. If they're going to shun you, there's nothing you can really do about it. As badly as it hurts, you have to move on. And keep in mind, if they want to follow the corporate policy of shunning, there's not a lot you can do about it. Easier said than done, I know. I had it easier than most because I had no family and friends on the inside. But start your life over. Rebuild it. You can't force people to talk to you. And unfortunately, these witnesses that are left are going to follow the governing body no matter what they tell them. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I had for today. I got to get things started here. You all have a good day. Leave your comments below. Oh, and by the way, YouTube, I hadn't forgotten about you. I'll talk to you soon.